All right, welcome back to my tutorial, everyone. This is AP Media. Today I want to show you how to create glass morphism effect using Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so we have this image here, and currently I'm using Adobe Photoshop CC 2021. Okay, so in case you are using a lesser version, the concept I'll be explaining in this video may not directly apply to you. Okay, so I needed to state that. And if this is the first time you're coming across my channel, this is AP Media. On this channel, I drop tutorials on Adobe Photoshop, tutorials with graphic design. I review my designs and all of that. Okay, so if this is the first time you're coming across my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And if you are going to find this tutorial helpful, please like the video. If you have any question, drop a question in the comment section of this video for me. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Now I have this image of this lady here, and I'll be demonstrating by using a shape. All right, I'll be using a rectangular shape for this. Now let's create this rectangular shape for example. So what the color of the rectangle does not matter. Okay, so whatever color you want to use, it does not matter. Okay, so look at the background image here. I'm going to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl+J, and I will bring it on top of the rectangle. Okay, I'll bring it to the top of my rectangle, and I'm going to create a clipping mask. Okay, I'll create a clipping mask inside the rectangle. Now I'm going to convert this to a smart object, and I'll go to my filter. So from my filter, I'm going to add a blur to it. I'll be using Gaussian blur for example. Okay, so let me keep let me keep my Gaussian blur. Let me keep my radius to 8.4 for instance. Okay, I'll leave my radius at 8.4. You can see that we have some blur effect around where I placed the rectangle already. Okay, so I'll leave my radius, let's say 8.4 or something like this. Okay, so let's use this. I've added Gaussian blur. The next step is to go to my filter, and then from my filter I'll come to filter gallery. Okay, so from filter gallery, we are going to have this dialog box. Now you have different filters here. Okay, you have different filters here for different purposes. So just come to distort, and then under distort you are going to find glass. Okay, so just click on glass, and then you can play around with the sliders that we have here. Now you can see that we have this glass effect on this image already. Okay, so currently my values are, the distortion on my value is 18, the smoothness is 8. I can increase the smoothness to something like this. Then the scaling is 193. So you can click on OK from here. So now you're going to see that we have this glass effect around this part of our neck. Now let me lock this layer so that we can easily move this around. So look at this. So anywhere I move this image around, this shape around, right, in this image, so it's going to blur that part. And I can take it a step further by rounding the edges of this shape to have something like this. Now we'll come to our blending options. Let's open blending options now. Now from our blending options, I'm going to add a white stroke to this so that you can see the outline of where we have the effect. All right, so it does not just lay flat on the image. So I'm going to add a tiny stroke of white, and the size of the stroke will be 1 pixel. Then I'm going to add I'll add some outer glow effect to it so that it gives me this realistic shadows around it. So I can play with some of the sliders that I have here so that I don't make it so obvious. And of course let's reduce the opacity So we can also change the color. Okay, let me use the color that is closest to the background, this color on this image. So I'm going to do something like this. So do something like this, and I'll leave my noise at 0%. There's no need of, so that it's smooth. All right, I'll leave the noise at 0%, and you can also add, inner glow to it also. I think we can add inner glow, and if you wish, you can add some little form of bevel and emboss. You know what bevel and emboss does normally is even bevel and emboss creates this extruding effect on your element, and then this has something to do with extrusion in your effect. Okay, so you can use a little bit of bevel and emboss and play around the slider. So let's click on OK and see what we have. So we now have something like this. You can reduce the opacity if you want. If you want to create any special effect of your choice, you can reduce the opacity if you feel it's too much. Okay, if you feel it's too much on your image, and then you can write, let's write glass effect. Let's write glass effect on top of it. Okay, so yeah, all right, let's center it, or let's align it, and we have something like this. Okay, so this is the effect. Let me bring back the opacity. Is currently at 30%. Let me take the opacity up. Let's at 100%. So we have the opacity like this, and this is that. Okay, so you can play around this, you can explore, you can try and create whatever creative effect you want to do with this particular glass morphism effect using Adobe Photoshop. All right, so if you found this helpful in any way, kindly give me a thumbs up, like this video, and share this video amongst a community of graphic designers that you know. And till I come your way again, I am AP Media. I'll see you in the next video.